What's up, everybody? This is Mario Maitland, also known as Rio. Make sure you go like and subscribe to our channel below so you don't miss out on any of this great content going forward.
Go off of the things that you said, I think having fun. Like, having fun is just as important.
Having fun is the number one thing.
Right.
Because you got to understand, like, think about it. All these NBA players. 80% of them, are they having fun? Or are they there to just make money? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't really know. But at the end of the day, the way they got there, they have to have fun.
Yeah,
you have to, because if you're not having fun, that means you're not embracing the value of, okay, I'm here in this position and I'm killing it and I love to do it. Because if you don't love to do it, you're not gonna go as far as you could.
Exactly.
You know? So you gotta have that mama mentality, and that's what people not understand. The mama mentality is not just, okay, I'm gonna focus, I'm gonna just do this, and I'm gonna work hard. But no, the mama mentality is doing all those things and understand that, yo, I love to do this shit.
Gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of What's Next podcast. We are on the set here at the Maitland residence with my older brother, Malik Maitland, joining the show. Episode number 19, season finale. It's going to be a good one, so sit tight. Also, while you're at it, hit that red subscribe button. To subscribe on YouTube is going to do us a great favor if you do that for us. My brother, like I said, Malik Maitland, how are you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it, man. Doing pretty good.
Of course, I know a lot of people, they've been waiting for this one. You know, whether it's, DMing me on Instagram, calling me, like, when's Malik going to come on? And I say, we saving him for the very end. We closing out the season. So, like I said, man, I'm really happy to have you on here. A lot of people can see your story, hear more about your story, and we can go from there.
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
So, man, what you got going on now, man? I know you just came 3 to 4 months back from Zamora, Spain. You're back into the United States, man. How does it feel to be back?
It feels great. It feels, it feels wonderful.
Yep.
Seeing faces and loved ones and just showing the world who I am, and I'm back, I'm back and better. So
Right. It's always a good feeling to come back to your home and see the loved ones, the friends, like you said.
yeah.
Talk a little bit about that experience in Spain. How long you were up there?
About 9 months.
9 months.
Yeah,
That's
9
not
months.
bad. That's not bad. Okay, and now you're back. Well, let's get into let's start from the very beginning, because a lot of people don't know your story, right? We're born and raised in Long Island, New York. Talk about what it was like in New York, Long Island, New York.
Oh man, it was if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Facts.
So growing up, I have brothers. We have an older brother, Edson.
Shout out to Edson, man.
Shout out to Edson, big bro, Eddie man, easy weezy. But nah, growing up over there, it made us, appreciate life so much more. And having two great brothers, especially I'm the middle child, so, seeing how Edson developed, becoming a man and everything, and seeing how you develop,
Right.
becoming a man. And I think just growing up in New York just made us stronger mentally. And basketball-wise, New York is one of the best basketball cities in the country. So,
Facts, yeah. Lots of guys from that New York area.
Lots of talent. Shout out to Devontae, Danny Green, little brother. He's doing really well, and I grew up with him, Deshore, playing with the Gauchos. So I was just following my big brother's footsteps.
I know you talked a little bit, you mentioned the New York Gauchos, which for my audience, New York Gauchos, it's an AAU program with outside of the New York City area. I think it's in Bronx they started it, but it's an AAU program, and he played for the New York Gauchos.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about, that, and what impact did that have on you? Because the New York Gauchos, it's a storied AAU program for basketball youth. I mean, guys like Stephon Marbury has played for the New York Gauchos. Let's see, Telfair. Who else? I got my list here. Lance Stevenson.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit how the New York Gauchos had an impact on you.
It had an impact, just the history, the knowledge of the game. and just being able to, play at that level.
Right.
Being able to see different people and how they earn their spot and how they work and their work ethic.
Kemba Walker was also another New York guy.
Yeah, Kemba was a beast.
He was a beast.
Kemba was a beast. And just seeing how I could be one of those guys. You know, every kid had a dream, and it was just following their footsteps as well. And I was very blessed and appreciative of having the opportunity to play with the Gauchos. So
when you put on that uniform, it's a sense of pride, especially in that New York area. You got that Gauchos uniform. That means you're legit,
Yeah.
So moving on, Malik, give me your best New York memory, man. Let's go back a little bit. What's your best New York memory? Go ahead. You give me yours, I'll give you mine. Simple as that.
Best New York memory? I don't just like basketball or just...
It can be anything.
I remember we was having a cookout. You probably don't remember. He was a little baby. We was having a cookout.
Little baby.
Yeah, he was a little baby, man. I don't think you remember. We was having a cookout, and our family came, and we just had a good time. Neighbors, Ryan came over. A lot of people came over, and we were just kicking it. We had a big backyard. That's what people don't understand. Our yard was like close to a football field. It was big, and we had a basketball court. So that was the grind. That was the grind spot. If you compete there and make it on there, like you could make it anywhere.
Facts.
But yeah, everybody came over. We had a good time. Eat ice cream.
Yeah, I'd say my favorite memories, like you talked about the backyard and just being able to play, different sports, whether it's football, basketball. I think the best memory for me, I can't sum it up to just one memory, but I tell you this, I loved being able to bond with my older brothers and bonding, doing something that we love to do. You know what I'm saying? We love to play basketball, and that was something that we could bond over. That's all we would talk about. And we'd grind and be competitive, and it really showed out in our personality. So I think that was probably my favorite, kind of memories, if that makes sense.
Especially on the sticks when we played 2K.
Video games as well. Yeah,
it was serious. It was business.
It's still serious.
I always be the winner. You know what I'm saying? So
no,
I always come out on top. So.
Not true, y'all. But moving on. So New York to Florida. Talk about that transition from New York to Florida. How it was on and off the court.
It was Let's talk first off the court. Coming in a whole different state. It was completely different. It was not as crazy as New York. New York was busy, fast paced, and New York. I left a mark there, basketball wise. And shout out to Coach Science. I left a mark there, and shout out to the Gauchos. They made me. I was prepared for that transition mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So that transition coming here off the court was so easy because I could adapt to different things.
Right.
And on the court, the level of competition was not as high as New York at that time in my age group. So
right. So now it's getting up there now. So
yeah, it was getting up there when I was a junior, senior. That's when it would start. We had my sophomore year, Grayson Allen, Joe Barry came before me. Grayson Allen, played at Duke. From Jacksonville, and then you got Joe Barry, North Carolina guy. So those guys stood out here in Florida, as well. So I was looking up to them. It's on the basketball level. So it was really good. It was really interesting.
Absolutely. So yeah, you talked a little bit about how players are getting better. I feel like today they're more skilled than back then when you kind of started, when you came out on the playing field. I think they're a lot more skilled now, and you can see that at a young age. I mean, these guys got trainers and all sorts of preparation to make them better. So I feel like that has a lot to do with the skill set growing compared to when you first came down to now. players are a lot more skilled. Let's talk a little bit. You talked about Joe Barry and Grayson Allen. Those guys were part of your AAU team, Each One Teach One, out of Florida, which is an EYBL team. Talk a little bit about playing alongside those guys. I know you were on the younger team, the younger age group, which was loaded. I mean, a loaded team with Ben Simmons, who's the member of Brooklyn Nets now. He was leading the way with you guys. Antonio Blakeney, Tacko Fall. Talk a little bit about that experience playing for Each One Teach One, that EYBL team.
Yeah, I mean, playing with the organization and just playing with a group of guys that's just at a higher level, in the game when I was younger. It was a blessing because they was getting so much publicity on and off the court, and it was just great for me, to see what I can do, what I can help, because it's not easy. Everybody think it's easy. Everybody think it's not easy, man. Playing with a group of guys that can take the ball, a 6'10" guy can take the ball and play like point guard. coming full down the court.
Still does it, and he's still doing it.
Down and just can dunk on you at any given time, and then you got a 7'7" that can protect the rim. It made my job a lot easier, and I'm so used to playing with guys like that. I'm so used to having a stacked team. It was my job to set the tone by just making that simple pass, making those guys' job much easier, and be a facilitator and just adapt to that level.
Right. I feel like that was something that you really improved on, especially that early in your career. You knew how to adapt to different roles on your team, whether it was in high school where you would put up 40 points, or 30 points. And then when you would go play with Ben Simmons and those guys on Each One Teach One, you turn into more of a pass-first point guard. I think the ability to adapt into a different role made you even better, prepared you for your college career. So that was cool to see from my end.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about your high school career recruitment process. You were a McDonald's All-American nominee in the state of Florida, top 20 player in the state of Florida. Talk a little bit about, the recruiting process.
Yeah.
What was that like?
The recruitment process was, if every kid have an opportunity to go through that, don't take that for granted. It was really fun, playing in Peace Jam, seeing Coach K on the side, seeing Roy Williams, seeing celebrities come watch you when you're 17, 18, 16-year-old kid. And then coming back to high school and try to decide, what's college, for the future is best for you. So I believe it was a fun process. It was to make it easier for these kids to understand that, if you ever have the opportunity, take care of your academics first. Because if Duke or Stanford or any Ivy League school want to offer you, and you have an opportunity. They also want you to see your grades too, so and your GPA and SATs, ACTs. So academic, as a student, which is student athlete, come first. So you got to be a student first and an athlete second. But other than that,
you got it right on the point. I think a lot of the times we forget that academics is just as important. You see now that basically academics is kind of being pushed aside. Everybody wants to make it to the NBA, and that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay, but you always want to have something to lean back on, fall back on. I feel like academics can help you out in that sense. So moving on, Malik, you ended up at Morehead State, played Division I basketball. Talk about that process and why you chose to go to Morehead State.
I had a lot of other schools that offered me big schools and everything like that. Shout out to Morehead State, but all around I chose that. My parents and my family, we decided Morehead was a good fit. I felt like it was 110% perfect fit from who I am as a person and what I was trying to be coming out of college. So. Other than that, Morehead was a school academically. Their graduation students graduated at 98%.
Graduation rate.
Yeah,
Okay.
graduation rate. So I was in good hands. Just the group of guys that was coming in that year, it was looking pretty solid.
Yeah, I know you guys made it. Morehead State made it to the tournament a few years before you came.
Yeah.
Kenneth Fareed days, I believe it was.
Yeah,
but
Kenneth Fareed.
I want to ask you this, and I a lot of people is probably dealing with this issue. A lot of young kids, a lot of young athletes who want to play at the next level, at that Division I level. Talk to us about, what's the blueprint to make it to that level, that Division I level.
The blueprint is, you got to start at, the younger you start, I think it's the easier way to come up. But, that's not usually the case. Sometimes you got guys start playing basketball in high school, but you just got to stay in the gym. Stay in the gym, learn as much as possible on and off the court. Surround yourself with great people, with a great cast that will help you stay focused on the main goal. And, high school, junior year, that's when it gets serious. Junior year, sophomore year, that's when it gets serious, and that's when you start noticing schools interested in you, in the talent, or that you could provide them to be successful at the next level. But
Are you looking for any aerial photographers in your area? CKY Imaging might be the one for you. CKY Imaging is a freelance drone services effort by Lexington, Kentucky native Tyler Mills, specializing in aerial media for commercial marketing and construction progress tracking deliverables, offering everything from photography and videography to large-scale 2D and 3D models. Keep an eye out for what he's getting into next by following CKY Imaging on YouTube and Instagram.
so the route I went is pretty basic. Go to college, go to high school. I went to high school. My sophomore, junior year, I blew up. Going into my junior year for AU,
Right.
That's when people start noticing, because they start realizing, okay, he can score the ball, but can he facilitate? Can he be a leader? Because at the next level, that's most of the schools want as a point guard. So yeah, you go there, you get noticed, you get exposure, you do your thing, But the most important thing is education and understanding that being a student first and the athlete second is very valuable to your future investment into whatever you want to become. A lot of people don't understand that, and as a young kid, I realized the earlier you understand the business of where you want to go, the easier it will be when you reach older. So
it makes you a lot more focused in the long run when you're set eyes on what you want to do.
Yeah.
You kind of learn how to block out distractions and focus on the end goal.
Yeah.
I also want to go off of the things that you said. I think having fun is just as important.
Having fun is the number one thing.
Right.
Because you gotta understand, think about all these NBA players. 80% of them, are they having fun, or are they there to just make money? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't really know. But at the end of the day, the way they got there, they have to have fun.
Yeah,
you have to, because if you're not having fun, that means you're not embracing the value of, okay, I'm here in this position and I'm killing it and I love to do it. Because if you don't love, like LeBron James said, if you don't love to do it, you're not gonna go as far as you could.
Exactly.
So you gotta have that mama mentality, and that's what people not understand. The mama mentality is not just, okay, I'm gonna focus, I'm gonna just do this, and I'm gonna work hard. But no, the mama mentality is doing all those things and understand that, I love to do this shit.
Having fun has a lot to do with it. I want to ask you about the adjustment of playing at the next level. High school, we all know high school and college is a whole different beast.
Yeah.
How do you adjust from that high school situation to playing at the Division I level?
Well, the adjustment, I feel like every freshman goes through it.
Right.
The work ethic, the workload, understanding the importance of understanding your body.
Okay.
I believe that everybody, it hits everybody at one point or some point. It could be the media. You know, the media attention was pretty high over there. And the players, man, it's when you at a higher level, each level you go, they're faster, stronger, quicker. Yeah, it was just one of those things where you're able to adjust and try to adapt. And those are the people that are the most successful. I think and I truly believe that once you locked in and stay ready at all times, your moment will come. And that's what happened to me. Yeah, I was coming off the bench, didn't play a lot. But, you know, it was sad that Corbin got hurt, and that was my job, to be ready. That was my job, and learn. You know, I was humbled enough where, okay, like, Corbin, you've been here, you've done it. I want to learn. Let me try to grasp your knowledge of the game and how you are being so good at what you do.
Yeah.
You know, and then same thing with Moon. Moon had experience, and I learned from Moon and everything. And Miguel, and only me and Lamontre Harris was the two rookies. And we had to stay together and stay humble. So when our moment was called, we was able to be successful.
Right.
So
I feel like humbleness. You gotta, like, you go to the next level. You gotta be humble. Like right off the bat.
humble beast, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have that confidence, but you gotta also have a side of humbleness when you get to that next level, because you're starting from ground zero. Every level you go at, you start from zero.
Yeah.
Right? So when you, like, if you go into the next level and you think you're, you know, all that, and then when an opportunity presents itself, you're not able to perform, it looks bad, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, being ready, staying ready, like you said, and having a sense of humbleness, that definitely helps when you get to that next level.
Yeah, because you're not putting so much pressure on your mind. You're not putting so much pressure on.
I mean, you just got there. Like, everything's new to you. You know, you don't want to put too much pressure on yourself. And
it's already pressure off the court.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't believe playing basketball in the game you love is pressure. That's not pressure. A person that is don't know what his next meal, that's pressure. A person got about to make a turn and the car is about to hit him, that's pressure. Making the right decision. So I wouldn't say it's pressure. I wouldn't say, is it challenging? Yeah, I would say it's challenging. Challenging is the word I would use to describe the understanding of playing at a high level.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I think you said it. Moving on, like I said, you went to Morehead State, went to go play for Sean Woods. Sean Woods is a Kentucky alumni who played for, I believe it was the 1992 Kentucky team. I think they ended up...
Who?
Sean Woods.
Sean Woods.
Sean Woods. And...
Sorry.
No, it's
I
just want to get your perspective. Like, what was it like playing for Sean Woods?
He's a gritty coach. Gritty coach. But I can't really. I have nothing really else. I can't really say anything. About that man. But can't.
That's fine.
Can't say anything. You know, if you know what I mean. You know, but
it's absolutely fine.
Gritty coach.
Gritty
just
coach.
look on YouTube. You guys understand.
Yeah, definitely. Now, give me your toughest opponent, toughest matchup you matched up in college basketball.
As a team or just as
give me the team and give me the player.
I mean, there was no player that came in my no one could guard me. Put it like that. No one. I don't remember. If I don't remember anybody, that means no one could have guard me. But other than that, Nevada. That was probably like when we was playing the CBA.
It was a CBA tournament.
Yeah, the CBA tournament. We went to the finals, and playing against Nevada the atmosphere was different. The atmosphere was different, and It was okay. Oh, Purdue atmosphere is crazy too. Their fans are nuts, and Pitt fans was real good. But I like that though. I like that, you know, because I remember I was in Nevada. I was talking to the fans. I hit a three. Continue talking
about
to the fans.
that. Yeah, we
hit
talked
another
about
three. No one could have guarded me, you know. But other than that, the fans made it so much fun and elevated my game to another level, which was usually that's what it does. So
yeah, last episode we sat with Colin Castleton, University of Florida. He said the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, the fans just take the players, you know,
To another
excitement
level.
to another level.
yeah.
It that I could see why, you know, just getting in that atmosphere.
Yeah, and Colin's more emotional than I am.
He is a
Yeah.
lot more emotional. Yes,
Yeah.
he's a lot more emotional. So let's move on. You know, you spent your 2 years in Morehead State, went back home to Bethune-Cookman, as you guys can see right here. Bethune-Cookman is a HBCU university out of the Daytona Beach area. Talk to me about, you know, your time at Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, so I went to Bethune, which a lot of people don't know. I was trying to do something different. I had other universities that I could have went to, you know, but you know, I tried to do something different. I tried to see the experience with the HBCU. I tried to understand and help them, and tried to, you know, do something big, but do something different. You know, challenge myself. It was a lot different coming from Morehead State to.
I know HBCUs, and you can see it today in today's game. A lot of NBA players and the league in general is trying to shine some light on the HBCUs and their lack of resources. Talk about, you know, how you dealt with the lack of resources, because it's not known. You know, a lot of people don't know that HBCUs, they struggle with the resources.
Yeah,
So
it's
talk about
challenging.
that.
From my experience, it's challenging, but with me, which I only could talk about me, in my experiences, the fact that I was able to, I was able to choose a school that I went to high school here. So the resources for me was not a problem. If the gym was not available, I could have went to my high school, you know, or went to another high school, or you know, which is for other kids though, which that didn't have that opportunity. It was a struggle. I was lucky enough where I'm able to see my parents, spend time with them, you know, visit them, and let them come watch me play. And I think that was the most exciting thing as a student athlete, when you look in the stands and you see your loved ones, calling your name and rooting for you.
I'm sure it was a good time to be able to play in front of your family, friends, and get that hometown support. In era, HBCU has some ties to Shaquille O'Neal. I know Shaquille O'Neal's mom went there.
Yeah.
I believe got a degree there, and you was honored to meet the Big Diesel, the Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, I spent great time, quality time with him.
What was that process like?
When you see him, you wouldn't understand how big big fella is. You know, shout out to Shaq. It was good to pick his brain. He is so knowledgeable of understanding the value of becoming a businessman, where to start, and that's the person who actually told me, like, you know, Malik, like, you're big time. You know, what you gonna do? Are you going to act like a basketball player, or are you going to act like a businessman? So he's the one who put that idea in my head to understand, like, I have to market myself, you know? I'm valuable in the things that I put myself into. And Shaq was so like, he's like a genius.
Yeah.
And he has, I don't know, like, over 100 businesses.
Yep.
He's the one that knowledge of understand once I'm a professional athlete, you know, after college, and he didn't tell me after college, blah, 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 do this, do that. He actually told me start now. Yeah. He said start now, and when you start now, it's going to be easier for you in the future.
Success is very important to you, of course, and you talked about.
Are you looking to add some style to your closet? Check out Imagistic Designs. The quality of the fabric is so soft and natural. You can tell how unique each piece is, and that makes every item even more special. Fashion you can buy, but style you possess. The key to style is learning who you are. Imagistics Designs.
What's your blueprint for success?
Well,
and this can be for anybody. It doesn't have to be for a professional athlete. It's for anyone in general.
Our success, my success is probably different from a lot of people's success. My success is I'm available. I'm able to put food on my plate. I'm able to put food on other people's plate. I'm able to help a friend or a brother. I'm able to help my parents. I'm able to. So the word is provide. I'm able to provide where it's not affecting me.
Right.
That's being successful. I mean, being famous, doing this, having rewards, having trophies. That's not the end goal. The end goal for me is to provide and for my loved ones comfortably and do the things that we want to do.
Yep.
So that's for me being successful. And the blueprint, we all have the blueprint. It's on Google. You guys just have to educate yourself. For example, we have a family business. My dad do his clothes line. He showed you the other day, right?
He sure did.
Yeah, so he's doing that majestic.com. Like he's doing his own thing.
Yes.
And he's enjoying it. Even though he don't have probably no customers yet. But he's understanding, he's reading books, and my dad is a very smart man, just like my mother. And I shout out to our parents,
of course,
for raising us and shout out to Ed, again, for helping us become the man that we are to this day. So
you're a person. God has a lot to do with your life, and that's wonderful. I'm the same way, but live through Him. Talk a little bit about what that means. And you use this hashtag on your social media accounts. What does that mean?
All right, so live through Him. It means a lot.
Yeah.
The faith that I had, right, in Jesus is ultimate faith, ultimate trust. So the story what happened with that is this. I can't explain it. It just happened. It's a testimony to what happened to me. So I was seeing my girlfriend right now, and the way we met, it was very a lot of people ask me this and that, but lucky for me, I was blessed to wait until I found the one, and then I went to Spain to go see her. I went over there to go.
You got a jersey.
Yeah, man, it's pretty good. It's pretty cool.
Show that off to my audience. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Got the last name, so the 11 represent live through Him always, every day. So it's pretty nice. Got the last name.
Cool.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I met. I was lucky enough to meet my girlfriend and everything like that. Everything goes well.
Right.
And when I went to Spain, it was actually to spend time with my girlfriend, August and everything like that. And then, I didn't want to. I prayed, and I have faith. Everything happens for a reason. So, bam, we both prayed to hopefully get a contract in Spain. And I always tell her, God always make the right decision. Just got to wait. Jesus always there for us. Just got to wait. And we could just continue having faith. And next 2 weeks, got a couple offers in Spain. And then it was not just offers. It was actually a good opportunity, and took advantage of that. Mm-hmm. And then after that, spent the whole 9 months there, and it was a good experience. And like you said about basketball and the culture shock, everything's just so much cheaper. And no knock off the United States or anything, but it was just a better lifestyle for me, and to adapt to a country like that. I speak un poco, a little bit of Spanish here and then and now. So it was good, man. It was good. The food is great. The food was probably the second best thing. Her family was there for me and everything. So it was the second home for me, and it was easy. It was an easy transition. Yeah. So it was great. It was great. On the basketball court, the competition was a surprise.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. I bet that transition from American lifestyle to Spaniard lifestyle is very, very interesting altogether. I want to ask you this, Malik. You also played for the Jamaican national team, so you're not just involved within Spain. What was that like, putting on that Jamaican jersey and representing those guys?
Yeah, representing was big, man. It was a great opportunity. It was, shout out to Jamaica.
Yep.
Jamaican nation. Representing our country is like, you can't like put it on that jersey. You can't. There's no words to describe how blessed I am. And to go out there and say, yo, like, I'm playing for Jamaica. It was a great opportunity, and I'll never forget that day. And I'll continue being in the process, and I'm going to play with the Olympics team. In November. So I'm going to try to we're trying to get into bigger things and get the ball rolling over there. So it was exciting. It was exciting.
Yeah. So
opportunity.
Any advice for the younger generation?
The advice for the younger generation is really, just be yourself, enjoy the process in anything you do. If you want to be an artist, if you want to be an actor, if you want to be an actress, if you want to be an athlete, it's the work ethic. It's the simple stuff. Don't try to make it any bigger. It's learning as much as you can and gaining as much knowledge and networking, because networking is the most important thing, as an entrepreneur or anything you're going into. So the more you network and value your market wherever you go and understand your market value, I mean, you'll be successful in anything you do. So that's pretty much it. Just understanding what it takes.
This is What's Next podcast, right? What's coming up next for you? Speaking of What's Next podcast, what's coming next for you?
Yeah, I mean, I have a couple offers here and there, but right now I'm focused on business. Really focused on making more passive income. I got a couple great ideas and everything like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for watching episode 19 of What's Next podcast series featuring my brother Malik Maitland, season finale. Now, I do have a big announcement, so make sure you guys stay tuned. We will be posting on our social media with that big announcement. I can't wait to get that out to you guys. While I have you here, hit that red button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Instagram and TikTok accounts as well, Facebook accounts as well, all our social media platforms. Give us a follow. So this has been a wonderful episode featuring Malik Maitland. Thank you for coming on, by the way.
Appreciate it, bro.
Stay tuned for that announcement, and I hope you enjoyed the season 1 of What's Next.
For more episodes and exclusive content, subscribe to What's Next with Rio.